بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله النبي الكريم أما بعد. Today's dua is اللهم اكفني بحلالك عن حرامك وأغنني بفضلك عمن سواك. It's a very beautiful, powerful and a very important dua to make. O Allah, suffice me with your halal sustenance instead of haram. Make me independent by your bounty from everyone besides you. Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala, in his time a slave came to him and he was struggling to buy his freedom. So he asked Sayyidina Ali radiallahu ta'ala said to them, shall I not tell you of a dua that our Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam taught us, that it would be so powerful if you made this dua, it would be enough to pay off your debt, even if your debt reached the size of the mountain. This is that dua. This hadith is in Tirmidhi and the hadith is Hasan. Allahumma ikfinī, kaf, fa, ya, literally means to remove a need or be such that needs are fulfilled. We say in Urdu, kafi, enough. This is what I need. This is enough for me. This is what I need. It's also close to another Arabic word called kufu, which means a perfect match between a man and a woman. So it is said in Arabic that this man is her kufu, meaning they match. And the Prophet ﷺ gave us what kafa'a and kufu is in the hadith. Meaning if they have kufu, then they should get married. The reason is because when a woman finds her kufu, she doesn't need to look anywhere else, meaning he's enough for her. This is why the Prophet ﷺ says this, if you find a match, you should get married, you should not delay the marriage. If you found a match, it's already difficult finding a match. If you find a match, you should get married. Why is this dua? And Nabi ﷺ said, Allahumma ikfinī, to remove a need or to take care of needs, instead of a'tini, give me halal and save me from having to deal with haram. Why Allahumma ikfinī? Because as Muslims, our work ethic is such, we do not want to be in a position where we are takers. We always want to try to be givers. This is why when the Muhajirun radiallahu anhum arrived and migrated to Medina Munawwara with nothing, the Ansar radiallahu anhum were ready to give half of everything they had. Because they all wanted to be a part of this investment or partnership in earning and splitting the profits in the hereafter. So sometimes you need a hand to lift you up, but the goal is you always want to be someone who is able to earn and give others. Ikfinī, it does not just ask for provision, it does not just ask for sustenance, it does not just ask for provision, but ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it perfectly enough for you, in such a way that you don't need to look anywhere else for more. Oh Allah, make it enough for me, while I don't need to look any other place. Allahumma ikfinī bihalalik, with your halal. Halal, from the root letters of ha, lam, lam. Halala or halala literally means to open a knot, or it can mean something that was tied up. Right? أُحِلِّلْ أُقْدَةً مِّن لِسَانِي, yani open up the knot that's tying my tongue, open it up. So from the word halal, because an untied knot signifies that something is flexible. It is often used in the meaning to be permissible. Halal, we know it to be permissible, or to be free from prohibition. So literally this dua is saying, oh Allah, let me find contentment from these things that you are flexible in. I do not even want to be looking at or to be interested in something that you are not flexible with. Notice how this dua doesn't specify halal or haram, money or earnings. It is general. Because it can refer to entertainment, desires, jobs and everything. This is not just talking about money. Meaning even our desires, Ya Allah, and the things that we enjoy and like to have a good time, make sure even those things are halal, so I don't have to go into haram. So this dua is not just talking about money, it's talking about everything in our life. Our feelings, our emotions, our actions, and everything we want. Well, Allah only make it from those things that's halal, keep us away from haram completely. For example, if a person has a halal way to fulfill his intimate desires, like with his spouse, this dua is asking Allah to make that halal such that you do not even think about looking at towards haram. And this applies to everything. And everything in our life, we want the halal means, and we don't even want to think about the haram. Allahumma ikfinī bihalalika an haramik, instead of your haram. Haram, from the root letters of haramim. Literally, haram means a boundary or a limit. This is why sacred places are called haram. Like Masjid al-Haram, since they are places where certain actions are not allowed within these boundaries. Masjid al-Haram, when you go to haram, there are boundaries. And there are certain things that you are not allowed to do in haram. Also the word mahram, people you cannot marry, comes from this as well. Because it is out of bounds to marry them. So we are asking Allah to make us so independent through the things that He is flexible with, that we never need to go near any of the boundaries of what He prohibited. This is also a side lesson here. Allah has given us so much more room to operate within halal, that we should not even be near the boundaries of haram to begin with. Sometimes though, people try to make a point that halal is so difficult, so stringent, that they end up pushing people towards haram. For example, Allah has made nikah easy. When people make halal difficult, there is less room to operate with halal. That automatically puts people closer to haram. When nikah is difficult, or nikah is expensive, as we say, nikah is expensive, zina is cheap. I got to get married, I need my parents' permission, I need this, and then I need a da'wat, and rukhsati, mehndi, pata nahi kya ho gaya. I have all of these things, and I have to be in public, and dress up, and take pictures, and then my mom wants to feed me laddu, and this, all of these things. I'd rather not get married. Right? Nikah is difficult. So when we made the halal difficult, the haram became easy. And we became needy towards the haram. وَأَغْنِنِي, and make me independent. In Aghnini, we've gone over this word before, ghani, ghain, nun, ya, which means to be free of need, to be rich, or to be content. And we have mentioned that true wealth is not just about money, it's about freedom from dependence. Aghnini, freedom from dependence. This verb does not just mean make me rich, it means make me self-sufficient and independent. So why is aghnini used instead of arzuqni? Just give me provision. Because this dua is, again, not just asking for money. It's not just asking for financial independence. It's asking for financial independence, but more than that, it's asking for inner contentment. That's more powerful. Person could be a millionaire, but he wants to make another million, he's poor. But if he has $1 million in his bank account, but he wants to make another million, he's in debt of $1 million. But if another person has $1,000 sitting in his bank account, he's like, yeah, I'm good, I'm chilling. He's content. Who's richer? The one who has a profit of 1,000 or the one who's in debt of $1 million? So we're not just asking for, because you can have money. Some people have so much money, but they don't have that inner contentment. So a person who has little but feels satisfied is wealthier than a millionaire who's never content. Bifadlik, by your bounty. Coming from the root letters of fa, dad, la. Fadl. Fadl means more than what is necessary or more than what is the standard. It is from these letters that the words fadila, fadail, or in Urdu we say fadail, comes this fadila, virtue. Because something is virtuous when it's extraordinary and above the normal standard. Even the word fadala, which means extra, it means our waist, it means the bathroom. Because whatever your body takes what it needs and it removes whatever is extra. The word fadl means favor, means bounty. Because it is something above and beyond what needs to be done. So in this dua, we are asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us independent, not because we deserve it, not because we earned it, but as a sheer favor upon us that we do not actually deserve. That's why we will be enter Jannah وَبِفَضْلِ اللَّهِ, through the fadl of Allah. We will not enter Jannah through our actions. Our actions will never be enough. We will ask through the bounty and the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to enter into Jannah. This is what fadl is. أَمَّنْ سِوَاكَ, from everything. Make me independent from everything besides you. Make me have this feeling within me that I need you. In this dua, we are asking Allah to make us independent from everyone except Him. Because if we only depend on Allah, then we do not need anything or anyone else. And if we depend on anything or anyone other than Allah, then there is no end to our dependencies. So instill this feeling within you that I need my Allah. Because if you get to a level where you say, I don't need anything, I don't even need Allah, then destruction is ready. So, you know how we say, I don't need you. That's fine. For human beings, it's okay. But for Allah, put it in your heart. I need Allah. Without Allah, I cannot survive. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us understanding. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wa akhiru dawana. Alhamdulillah.